Valkyrie Elysium, the latest hack and slash by Soleil Limited, and produced by Square Enix. Full of Nordic characters and monsters traveling through a ravaged Midgard. Now, how complex is the combat? Is the story compelling? Can my kids watch this game? Well, hang around. Answers coming soon. The story of Valkyrie Elysium takes place well into Ragnarok, the cataclysmic events marking the end of everything. After a major injury in battle, Odin is sequestered to his throne for the time being, forcing him to call on the help of a Valkyrie to take care of business on Midgard. In order for Odin to regain his strength, Valkyrie must head to Midgard to purify tainted souls and locate lost Nordic treasures. On her mission, Valkyrie is going to find a lot of new weapons and make some new friends to help along the way. The friends Valkyrie make on Midgard are known as Ironjar.
Enheria.
Ironjar.
Enheria.
Ironjar.
Enheria.
Yeah, so I have a very hard time pronouncing that word, so I just ended up calling them followers. Anyway, the followers are the souls of humans that bear strength that surpasses their mortal forms. They help bring a little humanity into the Valkyrie's life.
You're looking quite pale, Valkyrie. Maybe you should rest up a bit once we get back to Asgard.
My report to Odin takes priority over any personal matters. Come on.
With a teen rating, you can expect this game to be okay for the older kids. Besides the occasional scary monster,
A Naglfar.
there is copious amounts of violent fighting. But it moves so fast, and there isn't blood flying everywhere with every hit. Most of the enemies are undead monsters, but there are a few places with some very humanoid undead monsters. And there are no curse words, unless you consider hell a curse word. They said that a couple times. I felt like the story was bland. I mean, with a name like Valkyrie Elysium and word of Norse mythology, I expected a more Nordic feeling than what was brought to the table. It seemed Nordic in name alone, with characters like Odin and Fenrir being the only connections. And the human spirits that end up helping Valkyrie are more medieval knights than Viking warriors. The combat system wasn't very complex either. There are a few different weapons that can be found in the game. They'll be either a sword or a spear, some slow and some fast. And all the weapons will use the same button combinations, square, 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 triangle, or different variations of that. So it's not too difficult to remember how to use a weapon. The combo you use on a sword you really like will transfer to a spear you end up really liking. They also share the same physical attack and magic attack damage depending on their enhancement level. Every enemy in the game will drop copious amounts of gems that will be used to increase the enhancement level of your weapon. And with a high enough enhancement level, a rune can eventually be attached to a weapon, buffing stats like attack power or divine arts regen. Speaking of gems, they are behind the entire level up system of Valkyrie Elysium. From weapons to Valkyrie herself, they're going to be needed throughout the entire game. The game does put a sort of lock on maxing out skills early on. There is a point when leveling up where skills and enhancements require a specific gem that won't drop until later chapters in the story. I did enjoy fighting with the
Enheria
followers. There are a total of 4 that can be found throughout the game. They can be summoned during a fight, each with their own elemental base. Valkyrie can piggyback off of any summoned follower to add their element to her attacks. All of the enemies in the game will have a weakness to a specific element. So to do the most possible damage, it was best to grab the right element for the fight. The followers can be summoned in a fight for 15, 30, or 60 seconds. depending on your own personal fighting style. Those settings can be adjusted in the menu. The only sad thing was only 2 followers can be summoned at one time. So if a third follower is called while there's 2 already out, the first one called goes back in. Valkyrie is very skilled with weapons and divine arts. 2 weapons and 4 divine arts can be equipped at one time. The divine arts are basically magic spells. Arts can't be upgraded through gems, so you will have to find the upgraded versions throughout the story, but naturally they will cost more to use. There is a sort of RPG aspect to the game with upgrading Valkyrie. She has 3 trees to choose from for improvement. After a skill is learned, there will be a specific amount of CP that will be needed to equip it. When I saw this, I was expecting later in the game to have to mix and match my favorite skills that I could have equipped at one time. But near the end of the game, I realized with all of the possible skills bought, it will equal the same as the cap on CP. So it didn't really make any sense to turn any skill off. Now, if you're a completionist, there is a lot to be done in the game. After every mission, there's a grading system that tells you how well you beat the level. Grading on time beat, damage dealt, damage taken, and a lot of other things. So going for the best grade on every single mission could be fun. And word on the street is there's multiple endings as well. So, between the story and the simplistic fighting, I'm gonna have to throw this game into my bottom shelf. Now, in its defense, I haven't personally played a lot of hack and slash games, so maybe this is on par with what to expect. But I don't plan on coming back to Valkyrie Elysium. And that's it for that. If you disagree or feel like I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. And if you liked my review, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one.